Hey, good evening, Cass. This is going to be a quick video of a lap around Sonoma long. For context, this was a 144.7 lap. There's a lot more time to be gained, but I just wanted to give you guys a quick reference video that you could use in your practice sessions for braking points, shifting points, etc. How this video is going to work is I'm going to probably talk through the first lap corner by corner, pausing along the way and explaining what gear I'm in and what I'm doing, and then we'll do a full lap around the track so you can see it all in action. All right, so here we go. We're going to start off. So this is coming out of the last corner, going down the start-finish straight. We'll be crossing the start-finish line here in about 3 seconds. Okay, this little kink. All right, before we get to this point, I want to point out that I am not full throttle all the way up to the braking point of this right-hand turn coming up. I will be lifting off throttle right before that overhead walkway bridge and coasting into the first corner, and then quickly downshifting into second gear. I'm going down the second gear here in order to slow the car down so that it doesn't wash out and I can carry as much speed as possible. So off throttle, coasting through, brakes, down to second gear, and accelerate out. Okay, this next corner, a lot of people will brake for this. I do not brake. Again, this will be lift off the throttle, coast through the left-hander. I'm going to throttle on a little bit to get the rear end to rotate just a tad, and then coast over the crest of the right-hander. Off throttle, coast, and back on. There we go. Okay. Now this right-hander coming up, I'm going to start braking before the end of that curb that I'm on right now, the blue and yellow curb that I'm on. I will start braking, I don't know, it's honestly by feel, but I would probably say 5 to 10 feet, 3 meters or so before the end of that curb. And then downshift a second and carry the speed around the corner. This is a little dirty. This is kind of a sloppy lap. There's going to be quite a bit of time for me to find in this lap, but like I said, I wanted to put this out there. Okay, the carousel. So I'm going to start braking pretty much at the crest of this hill, or as it's coming down, and then downshifting 2 gears and carrying that speed around through the carousel, and trying to get on throttle as soon as possible. All right, coming up is a double right-hander that is tricky. I will be the first to admit that it's tricky. There's no good brake reference point, and if you turn too much, you're too shallow. If you don't turn enough, you're washing out wide. This is gonna be trial and error, to be honest with you. I have been using. If you look at the screen right now, there's one light post closest to me, and then there's a second light post. I've been using that second light post as a relative brake marker, and I've been braking before that light post. And then the steering wheel that you put in is just going to be, like I said, trial and error. You're going to figure that out. Okay, coming up to the S's. So this is all flat out. Now I'm turning right here. Once I'm through this right-hand part of this S's and it starts to go back left, I'm going to lift off throttle, no brake again, lifting off the throttle about around the apex. And I'm going to do that twice. I'm going to do it once for this left-hander and then once for the right-hander. Okay, this left and right section is pretty tricky. You do have to brake for it. The car does not have any downforce and will not hold it. So I ride this left side blue and yellow curb and kind of straighten it out before the end of it. And at which point I stab the brake pretty hard, downshift one gear, and then I'm lining myself up for the inside right curb. And then I try to accelerate through it as much as possible. Okay, and the last corner is a hairpin coming up. You're going to see the pit lane lines start to diverge, and that's pretty much my breaking point, is the yellow pit lane lines. I'll get closer. Let me show you. Right there. So you see where those two lines kind of almost come to a point but start diverging. That's my braking point. You see my brake lights on right now. I'm downshifting. I think this is all the way down the first gear. I'm not sure that that's necessarily required. That's probably somewhere that I can find some time and carry more speed through the hairpin, but I think in this lap I was down the first gear. You can see I wash out behind just a little bit. Okay, and then bring it home down the start finish straight. So I'm going to back the replay up now. Pardon me for a second. Find my spot. Okay, that's pretty good. So now I'm going to do an uninterrupted lap so you can see it all in real time. Okay, and that's a lap around Sonoma. Again, that was a 144.7. Really sloppy lap from my point of view. There's a lot of places that I can clean it up. But again, I just wanted to get this video out for you guys to have some reference of what you should be doing around this tricky course that is Sonoma Long. Also, just for everyone's awareness, I am using my setup that I posted. I do intend on making a few adjustments. I don't intend on posting those adjustments again. It'll just be minor things, probably camber changes for the most part, maybe a toe change here or there. Oh, and also that this is a race fuel lap. This is not a quality fuel lap. So this is pretty much the heaviest I'm going to be, and probably the sloppiest too. So. All right, so that's it. I hope you guys get something out of this. I hope it can help you turn faster lap times and do awesome in the next race. Thanks, guys. Talk to you later.